Stocks taking 2023 by storm, and Wall Street expects more of the same next year. Even after Nvidia's monstrous run this year, the average analyst price target implies 33% more upside in that one. And stunningly, Nvidia is still the cheapest of the big three chip makers, trading at a lower forward PE than both Intel and AMD. Dan, is PE, forward PE, the way to look at these stocks and to value them?
Well, it wasn't before the earnings estimates kind of caught up to where the stock was. I mean, it was just kind of a harder game. I've got many things wrong this year, one of which was this and the way that it would grow into this valuation. But right now, if you're buying this stock that actually has been basing between $400 and $500 for almost the last 5 months or so, you have to believe that the earnings expectations for next year are too low, right? Like that there's going to be further estimate revisions. And what I think one of the reasons why we've seen this churn and one of the reasons we're seeing an AMD play catch up, especially since they've introduced some competitive products, is that they think that there's going to be some pricing pressure. There's going to be other competitive pressures as it relates to market share. And maybe the market doesn't mature the same way that a lot of folks think right now. So to me, I get it. If you want to continue to own this stock or you think that the numbers are too low for next year, I just think the landscape is going to look very different for Nvidia next year than it did this year. And again, I got a lot of things wrong. This was one of them.
Better or worse? Landscape better?
I think it's going to be tougher.
Tougher for them to make headway.
Doesn't mean the stock's not going to go higher, but I'm just saying, like here's a great example. This was a really hard year, one of the worst fundamental years for Tesla this year, and the stock's up nearly 100% on the year. So like sometimes there's a disconnect between the way stocks move and fundamentals.
I don't view this as really so much of a disconnect. I think that we are still early on in the story, right? We always talk about picks and shovels of AI. This is obviously the center of that theory. And I think that it's a trading stock, though. Normally, I'm in something for the long term. We've seen this one run up a couple of times after they announced that gigantic quarter and the expectations of just a monumental shift in their revenues. And I think it's somewhat of a trading stock. They're not going to report earnings again until February. I wouldn't be surprised if it ran up higher into that. But it's almost like no matter how good their quarter is, it just can't live up to the excitement that, I mean, people see this as the next, I don't know, the holy grail, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I'm long it. I probably would sell before earnings, but that's not for a little while.
Yeah, it seems to have got the excitement does build into the earnings, and then there's this moment where it deflates.
Yes, it's sort of a buy the rumor, sell the news. Yeah.
I remember being with you all, I think it was in August, right before their earnings one time, and it was exactly that. It went up to 513 or something.
Yep.
Am I right?
And then again, the last quarter.
Correct.
Yep.
And then the stock, you're right. I mean, I think that evening it traded to 516 post earnings, and a month or so later we were looking at a stock, or it was a little more than that, was south of $400.
Right.
Listen, I have different numbers for AMD. It doesn't matter. I have it trading about 38 times next year's numbers. But to your point about exuberance, and people have gotten themselves way off sides in the stock now a number of different times. They just reported a month and a half, 2 months ago. The stock closed, I think, in 97. The knee-jerk reaction was to sell it off to 94. We had a conversation on the desk, and we talked about how people are off sides here. You should be buying this quarter. I'll say this. I didn't think we'd get back to 139 as quickly as it has, but here we are. Now you got a stock that is a little expensive. Dan can speak to this. It's probably trading at 9 times earnings to the extent, 9 times revenue to the extent that even means anything. But you're going to get to levels now where people are going to get very excited in earnings at AMD, and they're going to do the same mistake again. So I think you own the stock in earnings at the end of the month of January, and then we'll have another conversation.
All right. Actually, Dan can't speak to this because we're going to move on.
I apologize.
That's all right. You're okay, right? You're not going to be offended, are you? If we move on, Dan?
He stopped talking.
He's got